Okay, so this movie is continuation from the last movie. So in case you're watching it directly, that will not make much sense. So go ahead, watch the previous one where we have done this enormous, gigantic setup, which took us quite a while. And we have created a couple of files. And just onto a quick revision, in the index file, we have got two script tags, one for the tracer, one for the system.js. Here we are using system.js syntax to import our script.js. This is our script.js. And this is our file from which we are exporting this variable, and in this variable we have learned a new syntax of importing the data from other files and using them. These things will for sure make much more sense as we'll progress and we'll make much more projects, and eventually when you'll move into the Angular, Ionic, or maybe React or other usage of this. So now let's continue here. And what I want to do is I again want to go into myfile.js and wanted to show you a couple of more things here. So what I want to show here is that once we have done an export for a simple variable, we can also do an export for a simple function, and that is exactly the same. So let's just say we are declaring a card fees, and this is going to be a simple function which just detects your card fees for your credit card maybe. Let's just say for that, and all we are doing here is console.log, and in that I'm gonna say something like card fees was charged. Nobody liked that, but let's just say we have got a card fees there. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now, just like what we have done with the variable, we're going to do exactly the same with the function here, card fees. So we can go into the script.js. And since we are here, we actually have to tell that, hey, we need to import a function there as well. So there are a couple of ways. One is you can simply put a comma there, and you can say, hey, you know what, the card fees is also going to come. You don't need to put these parentheses. That is not required. You can just put a comma there and just call up there. And now I can do is simply call this. So I can simply say card fees, make sure that it's case sensitive there, and I can call that. Now obviously I have to clear up the console because it's getting too much of the messy, and you can see here that the card fees was charged. Okay, now this is the one syntax, but again, if you will code quite a lot, you can see other syntax as well. So let me just show you that as well so that you don't feel completely alien there. Again, it's really the simple. In place of the score, you have to do it again, and in this case you have to say card fees. Actually nobody uses that, but still I just wanted to show you. And you have to say from myfile.js. But I don't like this way. I can actually clear up the console and that just works fine, but I don't like this because if the same thing is getting imported from just one file, it's a bad thing to do. So I don't do it anywhere. So simply I'll do a card fees there, and there we go. It's just completely okay, fine. Now also what I don't like to do is inside the my files, I don't like to do is export because that's a repetition. So I'll just get rid of this export a couple of times. What instead you will see in a lot of, especially in the Angular and Ionic codes, you'll see that at the bottom they just say export, and especially in the node part as well, they do it quite a lot. Just at the end they simply say, hey, this is going to be my export statement, and whatever you need to export from this file, and this is not necessary that you always export everything. Actually that would be a bad idea. You just export a few things only. So in this case we want to export everything. So let's just say we want to export a variable which is going to be score, and we also want to export the card fees as well. There we go, voila, simply. And we guess we are missing unexpected function, missing semicolon before statement. Okay, we are missing something. I don't think so, but again we don't need this actually. So this is gonna work fine. We'll later on worry about what I'm missing there or what it's yelling us so much about there. I can just clear that up, and eventually it's gonna reload in a second. And there we go, card fees was charged and 200. So there we go, we have got our both of the things. So this is the syntax you will see quite a lot, and in case you're planning to move into Angular or React, that would be a great choice. So this is all about. Now, for sure, also in the future movie, I would like to discuss a couple of more things, but I think right now it's okay. Now, one more thing I would like to advise to all of you is go ahead and copy paste this index.html somewhere. Because I don't want you to all the way around to just look for this tracer and the system, although they are very easy to look around for. You can just go there, github.com/google/tracer compiler and JSPM. But again, I would highly recommend to go ahead and copy these two lines and place them somewhere safe, because we will come back and forth onto these files. Okay, so that's all for this video, and I'll catch you up in the next one.